The prison ministry is one of these neat ministries. It takes, you can get into it real easy. Carol came up to me one day and said, I need somebody to be a pen pal. And I said, well, I can do that. And she says, we go be writing prisoners. And I says, well, I'll have to kind of pray about that one. How do you minister to someone who's in prison? The interesting thing about this is I got basically drug into the prison ministry. Carol had been in it for several years. There's several things that they do in the prison ministry. We have a book drive to collect books for them. There's also the pen pal that I do, and the biggest thing that we do here in the church is at Christmas time we take up toiletry items, shampoo, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, things like this. We collect it and make packages for the prisoners. And last year we collected 250 packages, and then we take them to the Harrison County Jail and distribute it. And you say, well, gee, doesn't the prison furnish these prisoners with basic hygiene products? And no, they don't. They have to buy them. If they don't, they get a bar of soap like you get at Holiday Inn. It's about this big, and that has to last them for 1 week. And so they are kind of overwhelmed when we come in and we hand them a big bag full of deodorant, hair shampoo, conditioner, and things like this. Excellent time to minister to them and show them that there's somebody out there that loves them. So there's a lot of different ministries to get into in the prison ministry. The greatest thing about the prison ministry, and I can sit up here all day and tell you about it, but I want you to, I want to read a letter, part of a letter that I got from one of my prisoners. I write 6 guys, and right now we are, well, I've lost the letter. Don't tell me I've lost the letter. I know it by heart. I know it was right here when I left. There it is. I tell my boss, I know where I got it, I just forgot where I put it. I started writing these guys. I write 6 murderers, 1 sex offender, and 1 dope dealer. And they are, one of my guys is on death row at Parchment. And you say, well, what do I say to a prisoner? And Tom, he's been in jail now for going on 40 years. He is serving a life sentence. And he writes this is out of his last letter I got this week. It says, I also thank God for you and the church and the kindness, love, care, and real truth friendship you have shown to me. God knows I really needed a friend after my wife died. I felt hurt, lost, and prayed God would find someone who would understand and not look down on me for being in prison. I thank God and you and Carol that I have met you and you are my friend. I've been writing Tom now for about a year, and when I started writing these guys, I don't think any of them really had a strong faith. I wrote an article for our website, and I started sharing my articles with them. And through this past year and a half with them, we've developed a really interesting friendship. We are now 6 prisoners and a Sunday school teacher who are putting together their thoughts on how they got where they're at and how God has changed their life. And we're going to put it into a little pamphlet, and then they're going to use that to minister to people outside the prison. So there's a lot of opportunities. If you're looking for some place to go and minister to the hurting, I recommend it by all means. They will touch your heart. The Bible, Jesus talks about a parable where the king, the king, it's Jesus, when he brings all the nations before him and he separates the sheep from the goats. And I want to be one of the sheep. And he said, how do I distinguish the sheep from the goats? He said, you came and visited me when I was sick. You clothed me when I was naked. And one of the things that he says is you came and you visited me in prison. This gives you an opportunity to do something like that, to get your brownie points with Jesus in heaven. There is, it's an unbelievable ministry. You say, well, I don't know if I want a murderer knowing where I live. Well, we have ways around that. One of the ways is my wife is very fearful. I won't say fearful, that's a bad word. She's concerned. She doesn't like murderers knowing where she lives. So I write with a pen name, and letters come to the church, and so they don't really know my address, they know the church's address. Of course, if they come to church, they'll find me. But so there's taking a little effort to find me. It is really interesting. I challenge you to be part of this ministry. Different ways to serve. Either the ladies or the men. You don't have to be a pen pal. You can help us with Christmas packages. And while I'm here, I'm also going to put in a plug for ushers. I'm one of the ushers. If you want to be an usher, I'd love to have you as an usher. You say, well, that's not my deal. I'm a carpenter. Well, that's okay. I'm part of the somebody's doing something. You can come with us. We try to help those people who can't help themselves. One Sunday or one Saturday a month we go out and do that. So there's a lot of different ministries you can get involved with. And also I'll be one of the instructors for this new program, Connect program. So I also teach a Sunday school class. So if you want a Sunday school class, 8 o'clock on Sunday morning in the library. And if you don't like Sunday morning, I got Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock in the library also. So
Sunday morning at what time?
8 o'clock. Where it's a archaeologist going through the Middle East explaining what it was like to be alive at the time of Christ. So come get connected.